It's Allison, and I'd like to tell you a story of the goddess Sophia. Now, this is an ancient story that was suppressed and hidden from humanity for quite a long time. It was recently, in 1945, discovered in a clay pot in Upper Egypt. And so this is a story that was shared in mystery schools for thousands of years and was probably told in many forms around the fire. So I invite you to listen now to this story as it's been reconstructed from these Gnostic texts. So the story begins in the galactic center, which is about 25,000 light years from Earth. And this place is called the Pleroma, which means fullness. The galactic core is a place of luminous light, of pure organic light, living light. And in the galactic core live beings called aeons, basically gods and goddesses whose work it is to create. And they're connected there with other galaxies. They receive impulses from what's called the originator, the source of all life. And these aeons create the templates for new species and planetary worlds, and they seed them in the arms of the galaxy. They work in pairs, male and female, and other aeons provide help and expertise as needed. The aeon's job is to dream and then design the templates from the living plasma and send them out into the galaxy. And these filaments of plasma are like the seeds. They contain the templates of life. And from their place in the galactic center, the aeons watch as the species and the worlds that they project out arise and dissolve over eons of time. Now, there's a young feminine aeon whose name is Sophia, and she receives the dream of a new species. And together with her partner, Thelete, they configure the human genome. And they call it Anthropos. And they get it ready for projection into the galactic arms. They say that it's encoded with a set of special talents and gifts, including the power of imagination. So they project this, when it's ready, into the outer realms of the galaxy so that it can gradually unfold in emergent physical worlds. They watch as it nests in the Orion Nebula, like a pattern of dew on a spider's web. And from their place in the galactic core, Sophia and Thelete watch over billions of Earth years as the potential human seeds itself into various planetary systems. 9 times they watch as it develops and grows, but each time the creation ends badly and it's destroyed. So Sophia and Thelete realize that they have programmed their new species to operate at extreme capacities and conclude that the Anthropos has problems handling its own power, its own creative power. So as Sophia ponders the situation, she begins to absorb herself in dreaming, where her Anthropos, a place where her Anthropos could thrive and realize its full potential as they had designed it. And she does this unilaterally without Thelete, her counterpart, which is not the usual way of things in the galactic core. And the ancient ones describe this and what happens next as an anomaly, something that has never before happened in the creation. Sophia's deep burning passion fueled by her desire to help the anthropos, has a powerful, unexpected effect. In this altered state, she begins to drift away from the pleroma and plunges into the realms outside the galactic core. This is the event described throughout our myths and our creation stories as the fall. So Sophia, the great galactic goddess, descends into the outer realms of the Milky Way galaxy, where the laws of time and space are very different. And because as you move away from the galactic core, time slows down and space becomes denser and more physical. So the galactic arms are places of dense, heavy matter. And as she falls further and further into the reaches of the fourth arm of the galaxy, she begins to take on weight and form. Gravitational forces cause her to spin, to constrict and tighten into a fetal position. And she becomes more and more compressed and condensed. And because she is still dreaming, because that's her nature as a galactic creator being, she begins to materialize into the world she has been dreaming about. So Sophia has no context for what's happening. And it is said that in the time, billions of years in Earth time, for her transformation to unfold, she feels a range of emotions: confusion, fear, grief, but also joy and wonder. Her emotions transform into the elements of sky, of water, earth, and fire, and become the biosphere. The celestial goddess, still dreaming, morphs into terrestrial form and begins the dreaming the biological diversity that we see in our world. And she becomes the very world that she has been dreaming for the anthropos, where it could blossom into its potential. Now the story unfolds. There's more. There's the other unexpected things that happen as she falls through the galaxy, which I'm going to invite you to investigate for yourself. And ultimately, the story doesn't end there, because our planetary animal mother, the powerful wisdom goddess Sophia, has her own desires. And she longs to return and to correct this misalignment that has happened. And we are being invited into her dreaming. And so if this story resonates with you, I invite you to explore it more and to find out for yourself about the goddess Sophia and what she might be calling you to step into.